Yo, what's up? This is Splendid Radio on Pharcyde TV with my co-host Jeremy Scipio.
What on, people?
And special guest Emmitt Dupree.
Good, how y'all doing?
Cool. So quick little how I ran across Emmitt. Man, I am not the social media guy. Like I never and it's funny if anybody was to look at my Instagram from my phone, you will see a gang of food, you see a gang of dogs, a little bit of music, you know what I'm saying? I got this thing about cobras, looking at people feed cobras, so you see a lot of that, whatever. Mm-hmm. But like not too much else. Like, man, I'm not on there just like hella just browsing girls, just all that kind of stuff. Just because it's just like, man, social media to me, used as a tool is cute, it's cool, but like to make that your lifeline shouldn't be your lifeline. It should be something that you just kind of tap in, touch, you know what I'm saying? You can kind of feel a pulse of what's going on in the world, but I'm just like not on it every 5 minutes. So anyway, I came across some cats and they looked like they were in Korea. Like I feel like they were in Korea, but they were in Asia definitely, but I feel like they were in Korea for whatever reason. So they were dancing and I was like, okay, you know, that's cool. But the song just kind of like stuck in my head. And I was like, okay, let me go and do my little YouTube search and do my my IG search. I didn't go to your SoundCloud, which we're gonna talk about that later on, but I am gonna go and check your SoundCloud. But I can honestly say that I saw your song organically blow up. Like it wasn't, I'll say it wasn't like some paid ads. It wasn't fake clicks. It wasn't, you know, all the stuff that everybody does to just try to get it popping or whatever. Yours literally was one thing. And then it kind of just like took a life of its own. So I was like, you know what, man, I want to pull this cat in and have a conversation with him because I feel like we kind of know where you are, but I want to know where you were to become and to grow to be who you are. So where were you the first time you heard hip hop and what was the song?
First time I heard hip hop was the song. I could say that thankfully, I don't know the answer to that because my pops was playing everything. I can tell you the first rap song I know word for word.
Okay.
It's the intro to Grand Champ.
That was snap.
Oh yeah. Pops.
That's 04.
Okay, there we go.
Wow.
Word for word, bro. I used to play it until I knew it.
Oh, so you can do the they don't know. Did it. Who we be? Did it. You know that?
Absolutely.
All right, let's do it. I want to hear it.
That was the single.
Yo, on Grand Champ.
Let's do the intro is the one you don't know. I'm trying to test you.
No, you do it. You do just, bro. I was already over DMX before he dropped that whole thing.
Get the picture, see the beauty in the beast up. The madman is the bad man is here. Cause a nigga like me smells wrecking the air. Just ain't fair. Shit that I be doing to niggas. Get away with the same ruin the niggas. Cover up like the fog. Only mother friend I had was a dog. Yeah.
That is so crazy. I would not have known that the hip hop was in the DNA like that. I mean, I looked at him like, you know, the young cat, he's getting to sing on, just whatever, but nah, that's tight.
Thank you.
Yeah. I mean, I remember exactly where I was at when that came out. That's tight, bro. Did you ever think hip hop would be as big as it is?
Hip hop, the number one leading genre. I guess I didn't think I would, but we definitely here. I mean, it's black people. We start all the trends anyway, so it only makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. What city did you grow up in?
Phoenix, Arizona, born and raised.
Dang.
Yep.
When I think of Phoenix, I just think hot, still heat.
It's supposed to be cooling down right now, and it's not. It's not. It won't.
Man, that's crazy. So, what was this? So did you have middle school or junior high? What did they call it where you were in Phoenix?
Middle school, I guess. I guess we called it middle school.
Okay. What was the soundtrack to your middle school?
Soundtrack to my middle school was I want to say some Kid Cudi, actually.
Okay.
Kanye, some Andre 3K. Those individuals I was playing the most at that time. Kanye probably.
You separated Outkast. You don't listen to Half. You only listen to Love Below. You didn't listen to Speaker Box.
3K, like, okay, Royal Flush, the verse, his verses. Yeah, those are my highlights. I mean, shout out Big Boy.
I was waiting. Dang.
You know?
Dang, Big Boy wasn't spitting. You wasn't on that kryptonite. All right.
When that album came out, I remember. I want to say we were in Canada, and it had been out for a little while, and the conversation and the debate was, now this, when I say a little while, I mean like 2 weeks, and the debate was, okay, did Big Boy get it or did Andre get it? And did Big Boy get, but Pete, when the album first came out, it was like neck and neck. Like, I'm talking about like 2 weeks first came out, like very fresh came out. It was like neck and neck. And then it just turned to something different. And it's crazy because it seems like that album, Andre 3000 has always been dope or whatever. I never thought he was like the dopest dude in the world, but I'll say that album really showcased his talent to me, where I was kind of like, okay, he's one of the, because we didn't really call goats back then. I mean, okay, you had like Run DMC, LL Cool J, whatever.
Yeah, LL Cool J coined that phrase though with the album.
Oh, yeah, but when they put out that double album, that was when it was like, okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's one of the highest selling albums of all time. Is very pivotal. I guess I'm pretty sure everybody could do the whole like where were they at when that came out, because it really was one of those type of albums. But yeah, man, I just, like I said, I don't, there's always that dichotomy between like pop and hip hop, and trust me, I do love when my favorite rappers cross over, because I'm like, okay, that means it's gonna last for a while, because the people who don't, sometimes they kind of just hover, But I am a real hip hop head, so I always go like, I always got to side with the more hip hop side. So I was more of a Speaker Box person. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie, bro. Yeah, but everybody else, Andre, they're like, oh, you go. I'm like, all right, bro, big boy, cool too. Dang. All right.
Transcended the box that they was in. You know what I'm saying? He kind of brought that a little further than Big Boy. I want to say like across like other eyes than what Big Boy did.
It's a hard one, because if you gotta look at it like this, Andre hasn't dropped anything outside of the projects that Big Boy, not one project has Andre dropped. Meanwhile, Big Boy is still dropping stuff.
Yes,
yeah, and he even had singles without, Andre, so what I mean, like he got some stuff, but like I said, that's just me being biased now. You know what I mean?
And he breed dogs, and he got business.
Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? Andre on a transit bus somewhere.
Oh, he live out here.
A saxophone, and he don't live nowhere, bro. He live in outer space.
Yeah, he live out here.
No, they said I remember there was like some people said they thought it was a homeless dude at an open mic in Chicago. It was Andre 3000.
Yeah.
He's just chilling, bro. He don't live nowhere, bro. He don't have no home, bro. He just wake up outside. All right. No, I'm kidding. But in high school, did you think you would be on this path? What did you think your path would be when you graduated? Sorry.
Music. I knew that for a nice while. Like for a long time. Again, my pop, shout out to my pops. He put me in for Pop Warner when I was young. And I played until freshman. Quit. My sophomore year, that's when I stopped, and I went all the way to music. I mean, I was always writing poetry when I was young. I was doing spoken word and stuff like that. So it was cool. I mean, it was always something I knew I wanted to do, But Pops was like, football. So I kind of thought I was going to be a football player. But I was good enough. To make it happen.
When did you realize you could write music? Because that's totally different. Like, and it's a trip because, we look at, artists when I was younger, and you had like the Michael Jacksons. Supposedly he could write. He definitely could perform,
Right.
But he had these super producers behind, like it was, if it wasn't Quincy Jones, it was him pulling in Ron Tipperton, or just the dopest of the dopest, or whatever. But like, it seems like a lot of artists don't write, and that doesn't make them bad. Like I cannot say that an artist is bad because they can't write, because I could say Drake's music isn't necessarily my type of music, but what Drake does to his music is undeniable. Like
Man, you came at both Michael Jackson and Drake in the same sentence. That's amazing. You just said Michael Jackson can't write, and then next time you said Drake.
No, I'm not saying that. No, I'm saying that Michael Jackson probably could write, but I'm saying that he had these super powerhouse producers behind him at the same time. Like you can't, like, man, he had whatever we think Dr. Dre is, he had bigger than that and better than that.
He had the best.
Every time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he had the best for sure.
I really value the writing portion. Like I don't know. I don't want to say the first song I wrote, I knew it was called Secret for You. And it was like it was a lovey song, you know what I'm saying? So on and so forth. Because women were my first inspiration, of course. But I mean, yeah, when I wrote that song, that's when I really I was like, okay, this is my strength. The writing portion is actually my strength. And spoken word is kind of like rap, because you use certain syllables, in your lines, you rhyme certain things, and you rhyme a lot of things at once. It's not like in line A, B, it's like right in the middle of your rhyme and stuff. So spoken word definitely helped me out with my portion, and that's my strength today.
What was your motivation to make And Then I Cracked?
Life experience, going through it, being young and having your parents tell you, boy, you ain't depressed. Yeah, hey. I'm with you on that one. Hey, and that's how they feel for real. Like they, you know what I'm saying? When it comes down to our households, we don't necessarily acknowledge that our children may be feeling a way as well. Like what we're doing may be affecting them also just as much as ourselves. So,
but the funny thing about that, a lot of times, because and it's a generational thing. It's like my parents' generation, like my dad, they had, I guess, a little more than the people around them, but they were still kind of poor or whatever. So when him and my mother moved to California and they kind of both became professionals and had their situation going on, it was kind of looked at like, you live in this cool house, you live in this cool neighborhood, whatever, you don't have a care in the world, you're supposed to be great. You know what I'm saying? Just like by default, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're supposed to be great. We're like, man, maybe I haven't figured out how to be great yet. You know what I'm saying? I've got to, maneuver through this thing. And it seems like even with the generation of right now, it's kind of like everybody's on trinkets. You know what I'm saying? Like material trinkets and all that kind of stuff. And I look at these dudes, because I look at like a lot of Southern musicians, you know what I'm saying? And they just ball out, you know what I'm saying? Just super duper 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 ball out. And they give their kids things that I'm like, man, I'm 50 years old, you know what I'm saying? That'd be great, you know what I'm saying, in my life. And I see it, the dudes that do it, they came up in the crack era, not necessarily selling crack, but I'm just saying definitely affected environmentally, you know what I'm saying? Maybe some family members or something like that. So when they just hell of a poor, their thing is, when they get a little bit of bread, oh, I'm gonna get my 3-year-old a diamond necklace, or a bread and gold, and just all this kind of stuff. And I think we gonna get back to the interview, but that's a good conversation though, because there's an assumption that because you have certain
materials,
certain materials, that equals greatness. We're like, man, a youngster may have to figure out, dude, I know I definitely had to find my way. Like, man, Man, it didn't make any sense to me until I had to do something that involved making money. And then I was able to break it all. Like it, I had a practical example to help me where, man, I learned numbers very well. You know what I'm saying? Where in high school, junior high school, you might as well have been speaking, a foreign language to me. Like, dude, it was just not my passion. But yeah, I'll let you go, Jeremy. I'm sorry, man.
No, it's all good. Do you prefer singing or rapping, or is it mutual? Like both the same?
It all depends on like which front. Like if I'm performing, I definitely prefer to rap because performing is fun. But if I'm writing like a song and I'm trying to get my message across, I'll make a vocal based song, R&B.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Well, real quick, we have a chat. A couple people have been keeping up with everything that's been going on. I just want to go ahead and give them the floor a little bit. One of the questions we got from Literal Lils, they said, what do you do to keep the creativity flowing, and how do you deal with writer's block?
Writer's block, I love that. I just let everything I let everything inspire me. So like when you asked how I wrote, and then I cracked, and it was like experience, my life. I was just at this point, at this time, and I felt like this. I just pay attention to my surroundings. I go through life and I absorb it. And I let it do what it's supposed to do, and I let the experience inspire me. So it'll never really run out because, stuff happening all the time.
Mm-hmm. And another question we have from Brown. Did you reach out to the TikTok dancers, or did they contact you?
Yeah, Yule, the one specifically, his name is Yule Wonder. I tapped in directly. And that's what all these artists should be tapping proactively. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, that's dope. So I'm gonna bend it a little bit. We had a conversation today, and you said something that no one's ever said to me, and I used to take things kind of a different way, but I don't want you to give the total recipe, but I want you to kind of break down something. So I was speaking to because I'm a fan, I was like, well, you know what? I'm gonna call Emmitt during the day instead of just talking to him maybe 20 minutes before the show to just kind of, he doesn't know me from Adam. And then also the same, like the Sling situation, I've been communicating with him via Instagram and whatnot. And I was like, man, I better talk to this dude, make sure I'm talking to the real person so that, nothing crazy going on when I'm trying to do this interview. And I had asked him to post the flyer, and he was like, you know what? My situation kind of works by algorithm. I'll do a story and then I'll post some stuff afterwards. But, my situation goes to the algorithm. So, don't take offense. It was something to the thing of don't take offense. I got you. Woo, woo. So break down how algorithms and whatnot and that whole world, how you've used a formula to kind of do what you do.
All right. So Instagram specifically is changing all the time.
Very true.
To them change, well, not what's getting pushed forward first. Because if your stuff don't get pushed forward first at a certain amount of time, it's gonna go back down to the bottom of whatever algorithm is. So like, for example, like if I'm performing and I got to post a couple of flyers a couple of times to get people, I might post 2 on the wall, different days, you feel me? And some on the story because they just got their own algorithm and they're going to push out differently if I just post 10 things on my wall. So you really got to be careful, man, especially these social medias. They're not really for small businesses like that. We just got to make our way with them.
Okay.
Yeah, and I just want to add to that because even, in my experience, and I'm like this from the phones, the iPhone just recently had an update. I don't know if people have been paying attention. They analyze photo and video. It can see what's in it. That means the computer, the algorithm knows the words being used. From the moment COVID hit, all of a sudden they look for anything, bro. You can put code and then video and then boom, they go, oh, COVID? No. So literally they categorize flyers different from other things. And to be honest with you, if you're trying to grow your page, if you got a bunch of pictures that don't have your face in whatever the heck you selling, it ain't gonna go. So We can say it again. We couldn't hear you. My fault.
On everything. It's not gonna go if it ain't like, oh, that's them. They making sure.
Yeah, so it's a really weird, and like you said, it's changing every day. I just after like hard convincing everybody every day, people saying, you know, gotta go with Reels because they say Instagram's not a photo app anymore. It's more about, you know, Reels. That's what they pushing because they want to push that to the top. But just like he said, I noticed immediately because if I posted 2 Reels in one day, and that means you go to the bottom of the algorithm because they're like, oh, this nigga doing too much. That's how they translate it.
They only let you do something, you know, like even my stories, like when people reposting what I post, I can't even necessarily post every one that everybody posting, even though that's showing them love back for showing me love. But it's like, yeah, it'll once you post like 2-3 stories within like an hour or something like that, they shutting it down. So you definitely got
yeah. Yeah, but now that's cool that you were able to break through though. I mean, it seemed like you on the receiving end, so that's amazing.
It's working. I'm thankful.
Well, I always like to ask people for stuff, and you know, if it's people that have money, I love to have conversations with them. If they feel cool enough, I like to know how they make money. Just, you know, different. Like I'm that dude where like it intrigues me, that kind of situation. So I give you a heads up. You probably gonna get a text or a phone call because I want to go a little deeper into that algorithm conversation.
I got you, no problem.
Yeah, you definitely know about that. Has faith played a role in your decision making?
Faith has, man, that's a beautiful first question. Faith has played a role in every single decision I've made. I actually try to ask myself before I make any decision, am I making it off of fear or off of faith? So I definitely try to move in faith on just everything I do.
Yeah, that was Jeremy's question too. That's
good.
My little color. Nah, Jeremy coming up with some good ones. He be coming up with some good ones. What was the process for Power Isn't My Point?
Process for Power Isn't My Point. I want to say it was an interesting process because I was moving around a lot myself. Like I was driving to LA a lot just to record, shake hands because proximity is important, you know. And then I would slide back and I would try to write some stuff, or I would try to do this or focus on this thing or that thing. Pimp was very unorganized, like chaotically done, you know what I'm saying? But it got, as far as like the theme is concerned, once I got the theme for it, you know, I was good. And the theme was just like what's going on right now. Everything is kind of cheap, and cheap is in value, and everybody pimping. Even like the.
So I got a good one. All right. In every generation up till let's say 2000.
Okay.
And I'll say this all, not all, but some. So I'll say we'll leave a 10% area for, you know, the something to just be outside of what I'm saying.
Okay.
Why do you think that musicians don't sing about like the social influence, the social situation, like kind of like what's going on? Literally, Marvin Gaye, what's going on? Like, why do you think people don't speak about like our condition or the condition? I won't say ours because it's, you know, everybody's got the condition in some way.
Yeah, that's right. Why don't artists speak about the condition? I'm not too sure. Maybe they prioritize things other than, you know, like some people don't like to walk in the room and sing preaching. You know what I'm saying? Like some people just want to appeal to people and they don't want to like, oh, turn them off to it. You know, some people want to do that, but some people got an actual message and they got something that they're doing. They got a passion and a purpose that they're doing with the talent that they happen to have, you know?
Okay. So no, I get it. So you have art, you have politics. They definitely don't have to be intertwined, intermingled, whatever. You have art. Because it just seemed like every generation and every genre up until maybe about 2000 or so, there was always that artist. But you know what? I'll take that back. We could have that artist, but the powers that be are not going like that algorithm you're talking about. We're not.
The algorithm will stop that too. Like if you much, the algorithm will stop that too, man. Whatever they don't want on their platform that they own, they gonna make sure it's not, you know, it's not in the light. They got this thing called shadow ban, man. Like
shadow ban. Yeah.
Shadow ban is just like a thing. Like, okay, my stuff not hit. You know, it sounds funny because it's like it looked like you're not getting any attention, but it's obvious when they start to shadow ban you because you're talking about something real.
Yeah, when the Black Lives Matter thing was going on, that was the only time I really got vocal because I was like, dang, this is the only thing I can actually speak on. I really don't be going back and forth with people, but you know, they were like saying, like, why can't you guys be more respectable? Like Morgan Freeman, they had him saying a quote on some like black people should, you know, he one of those people like I think he don't believe in Black History Month and all that stupid stuff. And they had like Morgan Freeman is like, you know, like because he played God in a white movie, he's supposed to be God of the black people. And I went hard. I was like, man, Morgan Freeman. I was like, y'all can have him, man. I don't know if you guys know this, but he got in a relationship after he basically is dating his grandniece, like his ex-wife's grandniece. That's who he was currently in a relationship with. And I'm like, do y'all really want to ride? This the guy you gonna ride with? like this your guy? Like, relax, hey.
Well, people are human, man. You can't like the man and woman thing. Unless it's a family member.
Human, hey, I'm not knocking him. Thing. I'm judging the opinion of a person. Like you know what I mean? You gotta
I'm just saying,
consider the messenger. Well, I'm saying consider the messenger. Like, look, like that's like if you was riding for Cosby before 2014, bro. You was riding like he was your everything, and then boom, like that's your guy though. That's your guy.
No, I'll say what throws Morgan Freeman off is the fact that he's so rich. So that's why he shouldn't really be a part of the conversation because he's flying 30,000 miles up when we're all walking. You know what I'm saying? So his reality is going to be totally different than our reality.
Well, rich people got feelings too. I think their feelings important, but you know whose opinions are less important to me, or 80-year-olds who date 18-year-olds. Anyway, that's none of my business. I'm just saying that's why I got shadow banned. That's my story. That's why I was like, oh, 3 likes a day. Okay, word. Morgan Freeman got them goons on me.
Gonna show you.
They own it too.
They was like, oh, okay. I was like, word, okay. Well, so I could just put my name in cursive and that shit would hit. Like 500 likes. Got a couple questions for you, Emmitt. This is gonna be similar to the last question I asked, but look, it's a little different. And I was told there's an answer you're not allowed to have. This is from the community. Let's see. What's more important to you, being a respected singer or being a respected rapper?
Ooh, y'all going crazy tonight. I like that. Respected singer or respected rapper? Respect my message over anything.
So look, the thing they said you're not allowed to say both. So I'm going to put that in the category of both. That's what they said. That's what the community wants. So you got to choose. I'm sorry.
Respected singer or respected rapper? Yeah, it really matters about my message, my content, man. But I don't know, man. Respected musician. That's hard. That's
I tried, y'all. Y'all saw. I tried.
Y'all almost did it. But, so my content, my message. If you want to hear some vocals today, cool. If you want to hear some bars today and a direct message for some bars, cool.
Okay, that's good because one of the other questions was, do you got big plans?
I got huge plans. I got plans that I can't tell certain people because their mindset may not be, where I'm trying to take it.
Mm-hmm.
Unbelievable.
Smart man.
And are you joining the NFT Web3 world?
Not yet. Not.
Yeah, that's the community, guys. Hey, I held him up against the wall to see if he's gonna say. I tried, guys.
Whichever one you feeling on the day, you know what I'm saying? Whichever one you feeling.
Okay. And this is my question now. Who would you have play you in a biopic? And also, what would it be called?
What would it be called? Damn, these questions like these are the ones you need to go back and study before you hop on type. A biopic. I would have this is about to be hilarious. I'm about to have my biopic.
Who?
Kevin Hart, just because he's short and he's dark skinned. Just
Kevin Hart, a biopic. Well, that'd be the one to give him the Oscar then.
Wise, title wise, I call it the Don't Stop.
Don't Stop. Okay. All right, I like that.
I leave it at that.
No, what's your favorite documentary?
My favorite documentary? Favorite documentary? Probably this Kanye documentary. I'm super fan of documentaries prior that I could point one out like that, but this one was definitely.
I can't watch it because I'm living it. and I feel like all these people who are watching it, they up here thinking, let me do what Kanye did. I'm like, y'all just assholes. I mean, this dude was obviously like the most talented. I mean, so I'm not saying do or don't. I'm just saying, keep that away from me. People were like, I want the old Kanye. And I'm like, no, that's him. That's who he was.
He was him the whole time.
Yeah, he was being real.
No. What's the best advice anyone's ever given you?
Best advice anybody's ever given me, do what you got to do as fast as you can. If you could do what you want to do as long as you can.
All right.
Prioritize, tend to your last, whichever way you want to say it.
This dude, he got media training. He don't say nothing wrong.
That's funny.
He's media trained, bro. He always answers so political.
The mirror media,
You said what?
It's just the mirror media training. It's the mirror training.
Okay.
All right. Something's working, man. Something's working. You on your way, man.
Thank you.
Let's see. Okay. The community, they hitting me, so I gotta hit you, bro. What's your top 5 favorite albums?
Top 5 favorite albums. I don't have an order, and I don't even have all 5. I can name you 5 though. My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. Because the Internet, I love that. I love. Is this rap albums only?
Any?
Is there any, bro? I can't. Yeah. I ain't gonna limit you. If the community limits you, then I gotta limit you. But
So Child, I just want to sing.
Say it again, sorry.
Music So Child, I just want to sing.
Okay,
That was a good one.
For sure, had to. What else, man? I can't name another Kanye album. Huh?
Well, I mean, just anything made before 2000 might work. Anything made before the millennium, just back when the word hip hop was like,
oh man,
at the top of the lexicon.
We old, man. We older. Well, Jeremy ain't old. I'm just sitting here listening, like, man.
I'm just saying, if people be like, yo, name the most legendary albums of all time, he gonna be like stuff that was made last week. Like, bro, I don't think so make the. But no, it's your favorite though. It's your favorite.
Yeah, it's my favorite. I mean, I like stuff back then, but as far as projects,
yeah,
I don't remember too much that I sat down and was like, oh yeah, this is mine.
Yeah, you're right. Thriller's trash, bro. You're right.
Man, I wouldn't say
that. Yeah, songs of the Key of Life, man. Ugh. I mean, whatever, bro.
Nah, but you know what it is, Jeremy, though? I think part of it is that Emmitt can probably appreciate albums, but I was having a conversation with somebody. I think we had it last episode, but then I also had a conversation with somebody over the weekend. The culture of music after 2000, people really weren't into listening to complete albums like that. They just kind of like listen and would take whatever they can get from it and then kind of keep it pushing a little bit. And so, because it's a trip. I can remember from 85 to like 94, your album was your everything. Like if your album wasn't dope, that would take away from you as an artist, even if you did have a couple cool songs. Like that was just how things were weighed. It was like, dude, I can remember just being excited to go through the liner notes and just that whole experience. And then you want to, looking at the lyrics of the songs and all that. Well, Emmitt is coming from a whole different, you know what I'm saying, a culture where it's like,
fickle culture, it's microwave culture. It's getting more and more of that as we going now. Like albums,
I still think album could shoot your career up or level it out. Because, for example, I think the best example of that is the Migos. Because the Migos was on a fast track to superstardom, but if we can be real, their album was trash.
Them cultures weren't lining up.
The singles, great. They have not made a good album yet. And I think that's where they kind of, because to be honest with you, like, Cardi B, for example, though, whatever your opinions about her as an artist, album, great album, superstar. You know what I'm saying? So I do believe that there's I think there's a what do you call like a hills and valleys to it. Cause I think for a while there was, in the Soulja Boy era, nobody cared about an album. Nobody cared if the album was good or bad. It just was like, oh, you just it might as well just be a coaster, bro. You just, you know what I mean? But I think I don't know where we are now, but I just say that Migos, I think had their album been good, any of the albums, like they dropped albums individually, all of them were bad. They haven't made a good album.
Man,
yet.
You bashing them, man. Give them
I only speak in fact. Is anybody in the chat believe Migos made a good album? I'll wait.
You cold-blooded, man.
I bet you if you ask them, they'd be like,
you cold-blooded.
Hey, did you like the album? Nah, I didn't like that album. Mama, I didn't like the album. Like nobody likes their albums. So I don't know. That was just me. Did you even name your 5 yet?
No, I did. I named like 3, 4.
Run them back.
I said My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, Music. I just want to sing. I don't even know the other one I said at all. I have no idea. I'm not sure. Little Brother, The Minstrel Show. There we go. That's definitely top 5. Okay. My 5th one, it's Dark and Hell is Hot.
Okay, all right. You got a range. So somebody in the chat said they were surprised you didn't mention Phonte or Little Brother, so I'm glad you finally.
Yeah.
And I hate to do this to you, but this is what the people want. Favorite artist of all time.
Of all time. Damn. I got to give it to Phonte because it's the basis of what I do right now.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
That's huge.
Yeah.
Shout out Phonte.
Yeah, bro. Phonte, he's so underrated, bro. That's crazy. Like, people, that man is underrated. Little Brother's underrated altogether, all them. But Phonte, he done dabbled into this genre. He does like dance music sometimes. Like, he has his band. Like, bro, I feel like he reflects everything that's going on right now. Just earlier, and it was before his time.
Phonte, you see, I gotta do some more. I think he missed me, bro. I gotta go back.
Yeah, no, I just, I look at them different because we've done shows with them and stuff like. So I saw them like when they were this little thing, and then they became this, whatever. And then, I'll be the first to admit now it was very hard for me. Brown had to kind of like beat it into my head. I'm jaded when it comes to a lot of stuff. Just, when you see stuff, you just directly. It's not this. Seeing something backstage and having that experience, and then seeing something where you're like actually out in the crowd or you're up front and you're like that's like a whole different experience. But Little Brother's dope though. Definitely dope. And Ninth Wonder, man, that was some stuff, man, because he came from like, you know, they were like, okay, little brother, and then he was, you know, producing with Fruity Loops, and then people were kind of like, oh, you know, people were kind of like, oh, Fruity Loops, that's not real production, that's not real, whatever.
It made billions of dollars. It's good production to me.
Come on, man. He ended up on Jay-Z's album. I was like, I was scratching my head, like,
hey, if it's spin, it's real. You know
yeah.
The nerve. What innovation do you bring to hip hop, or would you like to bring to hip hop?
What innovation do I bring to hip hop? I specify a different type of impact. Like, I don't want to give my idea away, but I have these interactive things I want to implement into music. Just because, again, my message is my main thing, and I want to make sure to get that across effectively.
So, okay, your most legendary moment.
My most legendary moment today. I'm gonna announce it later. Now I'm just playing. Let me stop. My most legendary moment was probably opening up for Life Jennings so far. That was awesome.
Wow.
Yeah, that was awesome. Right. For that. Shout out to Mercedes. Plug that in.
Yeah, bro. They like you, dog. They're sending hella questions. We kind of already answered this one. Who are your top 3 rappers?
Top 3 rappers.
Yeah. Let's keep it rapper. Yeah, because you named albums, so let's go. Rappers. Kanye, Fonte, and this is guy. Fonte. And
real quick, let's take y'all real quick. I want to say Andre, Kendrick Lamar, and I want to say Sahar the Prince. Those are the 3. I feel like can't nobody just bar them out like that.
Bruh, I see what you just did. You gonna name Kanye's ghostwriter, bruh? Like, it's still Kanye, bruh. It's the same answer. Just like it's the same answer, bruh. Like he thought he's gonna throw us off. Like, let's see, who is this guy? He has no songs. All his songs are written by Kanye West. That's
performed by
Kanye West. That's yo, bro, this dude's hilarious. He's media trained like crazy. Yo, he is political. This is hilarious. I want to ask more questions.
Please.
Okay, so over the summer, I had a friend and he got like kind of like scammed over IG or whatever. And so it was an incredible story, you know, and like I had another, but so basically I had 2 friends that had kind of got scammed by the same thing. And I put them both together on the phone because they kind of wanted to talk to each other and whatever. And it was on a Sunday morning, and it like I was notified first at about 3-4 o'clock in the morning, and I couldn't grasp it at all. And then, like, let's say maybe by 7 or 8 o'clock Sunday morning, I still couldn't grasp it, but I said, you know, let me get my two friends on the phone together and let's have some dialogue about this. And while I sat back while they talked and kind of compared notes, I was just kind of blown back. Like, man, I wish we could have recorded that. Like, you would have been like, damn, it's, you know, it's some fools out there with some game, you know, with some super game. So that interaction, it brought to life a segment of Splendid Radio called the Monkey Hustle Chronicles. And so with the Monkey Hustle Chronicles, what's the greatest scam that you've ever heard of?
In the Monkey Hustle Chronicles?
No. I just call it the Monkey Hustle Chronicles.
Let me see. The greatest scam? I got to give it to that Tinder swindler dude, right?
Yeah. That's actually pretty good.
What did he do?
Emotional. That's like tapping in emotionally. You know.
What did he do?
He basically would ask to meet up with women just using Tinder, but he basically end up getting these women to give him money and all that stuff because just people looking for love on there. You know what I'm saying? So they'll do anything to find it. He made a whole bunch of money, and his whole living is based upon making money off of people trying to find love on Tinder.
Yeah,
and that's why I say Tinder is a 99-cent store for a vagina.
It is the 99-cent store.
It's not the most quality place if you're looking for a very quality experience. Just put it like that.
Yeah,
a couple of other questions from the community. What country or cities do you want to perform at?
I want to. Do people perform in Santorini? I don't know if they do, but I want to perform.
Where's that?
Greece.
Huh? Greece?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you gotta explain that. What made you want to go there?
Just Santorini is a nice place. We going off scenic, like we're going off of what it looked like, or like big cool venues, or
What's in your heart, bro? You want to do the Coliseum? Is that what you want to do? They tame the lions and stuff, and you did the gladiator. That's what you perform for.
They didn't tame no lions. They was sicking lions on niggas,
man. I say ain't no black people out there. That's what I was wondering. Like, you want to
not Coliseum now. Santorini, I mess with. I want to perform in New York, like Madison Square Garden type thing. Like the big thing. I don't know where else really. Staples Center maybe.
Staples Center. It's crypto.com arena now.
Crypto, yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, I know, right?
Speak it into existence, my man. Speak it into existence.
Right.
Yeah. When I first moved to LA, I used to kick it with Anderson .Paak, whatever, and the band. And bro, they was just making music, just like, rough beginnings, And to say like a few years ago, I've been with them Madison Square. And well, you know what? Actually, I missed that show, but I was there in New York at the same time. I had some other stuff. I had my own show I had to worry about. And then then they did like the Forum like a few weeks later, and I was there at the Forum with them. So that's like, two of the biggest venues, in the United States. That's like, it's crazy. So yeah, man, like you said, speak it to existence, man. Like I seen somebody actually go from doing like the lyric and that type of stuff to doing those biggest venues or whatever. I know for me, my dream venue is Constitution Hall, just because I know Eddie Murphy did Delirious there, and Chris Rock, he did Never Scared, and Cat Williams, he did I think it's Pimpin'. It's just something about, because also Constitution Hall, that's where they do the the political debates, and that's where they vote on stuff and all that. It's just like something about doing comedy in a place where like a lot of like serious business goes down that affects the world. I say a lot of controversial things. I just feel like maybe my words could actually hit, them in the real way if it actually, if it's actually in a place like that. But, all the other stuff, I feel like is a part of that as well. Another question, do you plan on going the Kanye route and making a spiritual album at one point? Like, I guess, like, who else? Snoop Dogg. Snoop did make
Snoop Lion. Did Snoop Lion make one?
Oh yeah, bro. Was it?
He did both. He did Snoop Lion and he did a gospel.
He did the Bible. I have it somewhere around here. Bible of Love. I was just listening to it.
Oh, that's. Would I do a spiritual album? Yeah, life would have to take me there. I feel like when you go spiritual or religious with it, or when you put that title on it, I feel like it almost confides you to something. And I don't know, the fact that Kanye has done secular music for this long, I think that's why it hasn't confined him to just like, oh, this gospel thing, So life had to take me there, man. Life would definitely have to take me. It's not in my like plans necessarily.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, he didn't confine Kanye because he's a hypocrite. I mean, he literally just made a song non-secular. I mean, that doesn't confine him because he just won't do it. But how could he do it? Yeah, but he won't.
How old are you, Emmitt?
26.
Oh yeah, man.
Yeah,
he got some life, boy. He he got to burn some of that tread off of the tires, and then
hey, if you live long enough and make enough albums, you will make a gospel album. That's actually in the shoot. MC Hammer made a gospel album, bro. You gonna make it? He like, who's that? Next question: have you ever been scammed?
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Let's hear about it, Media Man.
It was stupid. I was hungry, man. I was too hungry for what I was scammed for. And it was music. So one time this dude, he was like, I'm gonna make your website. Da, 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 da. I know his name too. His name is Trendsetter and everything on Twitter, all that. He blocked me after that. I remember. Yeah, for sure. So he was like, I'm gonna make your website. You hard, you fire, you got this. I got these photos. You got your stuff together, but I want to put it in one centralized place, talking. I was like, cool. Got his number, got on the phone with me, and I'm talking to a person, So I'm like, okay, I'm good. This is a person, we all set. He's like, yeah, I'm going to set your website up. Send me this. Yeah. Oh, I'm going to need a domain. And he kept hitting me for stuff over and over again. So like he hit me for like $100. I sent him that to start it off because his page was real. He was a real person. I called him on the phone. I'm going to hit you back when it's done. So he hits me back the next day, and I'm texting the number. I'm like, hey, what's up? I hit him like 2-3 times. The next day, he calls me like, hey, I need a domain name. And basically, long story short, he just continued to ask me for other things while not finishing his website. And there was no website. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, for the domain, I'm going to need $59.99 because I got to go do this. I got to go do the GoDaddy website. Like, so he was just racking up bread. And I spent about $500 with him.
That ain't nothing, man.
And to me, $500,
yeah.
I like they give me bread. Like, here you go. My parents be on that tough love. Like, you better get out here and grind. So $500 to me, boy, that put me in a hole. I was sick.
That's right. Well, you lucky, man. God went easy on you, man. I know you try to, stay from the spiritual and all that and mixing it in and whatever. But somebody in the universe looked out for you, man, and they gave you a mild little brush. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. I'm thankful.
What producers would you want to collab with?
Pharrell, Illmind. I want to collab with, what's his name? Mike Will Made It. I want to collab with Knowledge. Yeah, Knowledge, I think is his name. I want to collab with, yeah, I think for now I'll leave it at that.
Anybody that made music in the 90s? Anybody that made music?
Right. Yeah.
Who?
Ronnie Jerkins.
Okay.
Damn, hey man, I'm telling you, man, he gonna hey. I feel you, dude. Cause this is the thing. Man. I'll share with you what my business partner, my ace, shared with me. Right now, the world is your oyster, man. The world is your oyster, man. It could be anything you want it to be. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, man, I'm glad. Hey, man, Rodney Jerkins, Pharrell. Yep, put that out there, man. Put that out there.
Shout out to him, man. He tapped in with me, bro. So shout out to him directly. For sure.
Oh. Nah, that's dope. So where were you when you heard that we were gonna have to lock down for quarantine, and what was the first thing that came to your mind?
I was in Pomona, California. I was with the homie, and we were staying in like an apartment with like us because we were just grinding together type thing. But yeah, I was like, dang, I might have to go home, and I just got here. I just left from Beaumont, Texas. I was in Texas for a while. That's where my mom and my sisters, they lived. I was there for a second. And I slid because my homie was like, hey, I need you to come down here, bro. I got some people that want to work with you, so on and so forth. And yeah, I took a Greyhound all the way there. And maybe like 2 weeks of me being there, they was shutting stuff down. And I was like, bro, what do I do? I just got here, bro. I just got in this mug, He's like, I might have to slide back for a bit. And I had to slide back for a bit.
Dang. Hey, man, you got all the makings for a great story, man. He said Greyhound bus riding and everything. Hey, man,
I got a song called Greyhound, man. I used to take that Greyhound before. The ticket about $230 to $250. I already know the price, all that. I used to take that Greyhound back for. Even when COVID was going on, I took it one of them times. It was everybody. Boy, I'm glad I made it out. I got, but while COVID was going on, I took the Greyhound once for sure.
You hardcore.
So he was out here spreading the virus in the word, bro.
Just do what I got to do, man. That's
all. Who would be in your dream versus?
My dream versus.
The versus matches that they were doing.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Dream versus.
Dead or alive.
Dead or alive. Mm-hmm.
Kanye versus Fonte.
Ah, you funny.
Consequence versus Sci-Hi the Prince.
I don't even know, man. Yeah, Kanye and Drake, maybe.
We saw that. Kanye won, remember?
Did we see that?
Yeah. That's with the free Larry Hoover.
Oh, that was first.
It had to be a verse because they didn't free Larry Hoover.
They didn't. Did they? That's whack.
Am I the only person that got a good memory? Bruh, that was a versus.
No.
It wasn't. If they free Larry Hoover, I'd be like, oh, that maybe was a benefit. But
wow. Yeah, I guess I didn't consider the verses. I thought they was trying to free the black man.
Oh man, Kanye, he's a genius, bruh. He was clever. He's the only way I'm gonna do a verse is if I can get paid the most out of it.
Man, genius at the price of what? Never mind.
Anyway,
I said genius price of what? But I said never mind.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I'll say this. I got this one for you, Emmitt. So you being the youngest, Jeremy being older than you, and then me being the oldest, we'll start with you. Everybody going crazy, stir crazy about this Will Smith, Chris Rock situation. Okay. You're not a comedian. I'm not a comedian. Jeremy's definitely sucked me into the vortex of paying more attention to comedy. But with you, I don't watch the Oscars. I've never watched the Oscars, never seen it, whatever. Matter of fact, Jeremy, I saw Ron post a picture. Ron's the keyboard player from the Free Nationals. Jeremy.
Shout out T Nava.
Yeah, that's how I met Jeremy because Ron used to play keyboards with the Pharcyde and all that. And I saw Ron post a picture and it had Will Smith. And I was thinking in my mind, because Ron used to play for Will Smith's daughter. And so I was like, Ron is just posting the picture because I'm not watching TV or paying attention. He's just posting the picture, whatever. So the first one was like, Ron was like, yeah, man, I'm with my homeboy Will. And, Ron, he's always wearing the glasses, throwing his hands up or, doing whatever. And then it was like the two pictures in a post. So then you flash over, and when you flash over, you see Will Smith walk up to the stage and then, commotion or whatever, and he walks off. So the first thing that I thought was, these dudes, they just clowning, you know what I'm saying? They at the Oscars, they gonna really turn up, you know what I'm saying? And just, that was part of the dialogue or the, just with the writing or just whatever, you know what I'm saying? Me not thinking it was real. And then the next day when I saw it, I found out that night that it was real. And then the next day when I watched it, kind of like the clip in its entirety, in one way, I saw Will Smith getting mad, and he, Chris Rock definitely joked about, Will Smith's wife, but see, man, I like some hardcore comedians, I won't say hardcore. I'll say the most hardcore is Corey Holcomb, but I'll say, yeah, he's funny. Yeah, he's funny. He real funny. But Jeremy gets really political. Like Jeremy he goes, man. I'll be like, ooh, you know what I'm saying? I'll be like, ooh. So when I saw it, I just looked at Chris Rock and I was like, oh man, he just cracked a jokey joke. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like, man, it wasn't. I felt it didn't warrant the man coming up and putting hands on it. It was a jokey joke. Like Chris Rock has done it, but he's been at the Oscars before or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever you have a comedian at these type of things, the whatever Duvets and just all these cats,
right?
They go hard. That's what they do. I remember who was it? Bruce Jenner's kid got upset at, I want to say Jamie Foxx, or it was somebody.
No, you talking about Dave Chappelle? That was Kylie Jenner. Kylie Jenner. She got mad when Dave Chappelle said that.
Nah, it was Bruce Jenner's son. No, he was like, dude, I kick your ass, or something, whatever.
Oh, okay.
So anyway, comedians do the jokey jokes. That's what they do. That's what we need them for. That's what we need Jeremy for. We need people to bring levity to the situation. So I felt the reality. She does have this alopecia condition and all this, that, and the other. But at the same time, they put their personal life out there. And so it's not like it would have happened to someone who's just not like out there, like that. So I kind of felt like Chris Rock, he didn't need hands put on him, man. I mean, it was a jokey joke. So what do you think, Emmitt? Yeah. I don't want you to lose no fans.
For real.
We're really about to see how political he is.
I'm gonna put it this way. If you're for cancel culture, but you're for Chris Rock getting smacked, it's contradictory. I want to say that. I want to say,
okay,
Chris Rock. Also, I want a point aside from that. Chris Rock, like the way my pops raised me, bro. It's just the way he raised me. But even dudes my size, I'm a short dude. Even dudes my size, bro. Like you don't get no stripes from that. That's what you call protect. Is in this case you were protecting your wife, and I do want to say also this: if I'm protecting my wife, there is no way the next day I'm going to apologize to you. Yeah. And I'm.
Wow.
All right. Now, so
I still don't understand where you at with it, sir. You, bro, Mr. Political.
Will Smith should have chilled. I mean, you don't get cool points for smacking Chris Rock. I mean, these things that they say he did it for don't make sense to me. You just make it make sense to me. Like Chris Rock, out of all these people, out of all time, out of all the individuals that had anything to say, like there was many people. There was a lot of dudes. But Chris Rock, I don't know. 50-some years old, 60 pounds. I'm going to go slap him. Like, and he was laughing. I mean, there were so many things about it that was like, bro, you didn't do this a genuine reason. You did this for, maybe Jada kicked his foot. I don't know. But
you know what? Technically, they wouldn't even sit. She couldn't kick his foot. They weren't sitting together if you pay attention.
Were they far?
It was across the aisle, bro.
She laughing.
They got the A-listers, got the B-listers, and the C-listers. No, I was playing.
No, hey, real quick. I was in New York, and Pharcyde was doing shows. This was probably around like 97, 98. And so I had been going back and forth with this guy who worked at this creative agency. And this is back when websites were like $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, $50,000. And so he was like, oh man, I got this team of dudes that are real dope that I work with. And dude, we'll do a website for you. We won't charge you a lot, but we're going to make it like state of the art. But no, it wasn't a scam though. You know what I'm saying? They was really a crew of talented cats. So they were like, no, we love the Pharcyde, blah, 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 blah. We're not going to charge you a grip, but we do need some money. So my thing was, I didn't have a whole bunch of dough and all that, but they were just like really like dedicated to the project. So the guy who I was communicating with out there, he was like, let's go and have, I think we met up for some Cuban food. So we all went to this Cuban restaurant, and like I probably spent about maybe like $450 in 97, 98 on the dinner. So to me, that was kind of like a big deal. I had never done anything like that, but I understood that I wanted to like nurture this relationship, and I knew that they were giving us something. So the waitress didn't bring water for like 15 minutes. And so so I was just getting mad, like not flexing, but I'm like, man, I'm over here spending money. Woo, woo, woo. But the thing was, she was giving other people attention, but she wasn't giving us attention. So the bartender came from behind the bar, and he just gave us all water and whatever anybody wanted to drink or whatever. And he's like, dude, I'm sorry, dude. You know, I don't know what's up with her. But I think she looked at us like, okay, it's a black dude with these white cats. And she's like, oh, they're probably not going to tip or something like that. So she wasn't like paying us no attention. So she came back to the table, and it was tip time. So I gave her like $40. And so she straight went to the weakest looking dude at the table and just like steered him down and was like, this is all you gonna give me? Or like, woo. And homeboy really went into his pocket
and gave her.
No, he didn't give it to her, dude. I stopped him so fast. I said, fool, I'm paying for this dinner, man. We've been up here thirsty. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, nah, she don't get no more. I say that to say, I feel like Will Smith, he was breaking down, and it's like, okay, you want to sock somebody, so you're gonna look for the weakest person, for the weakest person ever.
That's what I say.
I mean, I think I wouldn't say the weakest person.
Fight Will Smith back.
I'd say Chris Rock was keeping it professional, because I'm not saying he was win, but I'm just saying that Chris Rock he's an A-lister. He got an ego, bro.
I got
that's all the other stuff, bro. He got an ego. He got one of the biggest egos. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Men with power don't got to be strong. They just got to have a chip on their shoulder. So Chris Rock was on some other stuff. He was reading it. He was reading into the future, because he even said, like, bro, he don't need to fight him. He could have ripped him right there from the stage. I got the mic, bro.
He should have. But yeah,
he said, but you people, it was a moment. He said, he
stopped.
Now he said, all right, and he goes, man, y'all just witnessed the greatest moment in television. That's some clairvoyance for you, bro. He said, all right, I have a take. Okay, let's, because I try to read. I'm a global thinker, and I try to read. You know, I don't know. I've experienced just like everybody. I'm not special, but I'll just say that where does this start? Because a lot of people keep bringing up the fact that because there's a lot of information here, right? I hate when people try to say, oh, if that was, I'm gonna say if that was me, because if that was me, I would have fought back. I'm not as mature as him, but I'm just saying that there's a lot of dynamics going on, from race to status and all that, you know what I mean? But I think let's go back to the origin, because this wasn't the first time Chris Rock said something about Jada. And obviously this was pent up from that. Pretty much it was the 2016 Oscars. You had, what he said, it was the Oscars So White controversy, because there was no black nominees that year, except for Will Smith. He was, now, what happened around that time was there was a bunch of people speaking out against the Oscars and about not having black nominees, except Will Smith. And then Jada became the mascot because she was the biggest voice and one of the biggest Hollywood power couples that's saying that, we need to boycott the Oscars. In 2016, Jada was the leader of one of the biggest voices, I should say leader of the Oscars So White controversy that wanted to boycott the Oscars, that her husband was up for Artist of the Year award, Best Artist of the Year, right? So she released a video talking about this, right? 2016, by the way. Will Smith had to make a video saying, hey, I had not discussed this with my wife, but we will talk about this, but I'm going to support her and not attend. Right? Mm-hmm. In 2016, who was she fucking?
I'm not sure.
She told you, August Alsina.
Yeah, okay.
They hadn't discussed it because they weren't in a relationship around that time. They weren't together. You know what I'm saying? So it's so much touchiness to that. And then Chris Rock did the joke where he said, you know, because she made herself a thing, and then he goes, you know, he hits back. It goes, you know, you weren't invited. You know, of course, it got an ovation. Pot shot. It is what it is. It happened. You know what I mean? But here we go. Fast forward. These two people in the front row. You're not going to address it. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of stuff in there. But I'd say, you know, obviously, you know, there's a lot of memes, you know, from, you know, a lot of stuff going on. I feel like Will Smith, all that pent up aggression, that was him smacking the internet. That was him smacking TikTok. That was him smacking Instagram, all the memes, all the cry. Bro, he replaced the Jordan cry face emoji, bro. He replaced that.
Hey, man, that Chris Rock was the dog that he can't kick because he lose all his endorsements. You know what I'm saying?
So, right. Well, I mean, both of them were risky. I mean, I don't know. But I just say the fact that, you know, the person that even though the internet was powerful and they struck him, I say the only chink in Will Smith's armor is the fact that he's married to Jada Pinkett, because she's the one that's exposing him. You know what I mean?
I agree.
She's the one. She's, you know, like literally that, like to think that you made a statement or a video that powerful without consulting your husband, who it affected the most. He was the only Black person who was nominated that year. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Yeah. So, you know, I'm just saying, when I look at Will, I see a very stressed out individual. Yes, Jada Pinkett had alopecia. You know, did Chris Rock know that? Maybe. Was it a bad joke? Absolutely. Absolutely. Could Will Smith have done something about it? Absolutely. Walk up there and smack him across the face? No way. Smack somebody across. Look, go ahead.
1 second, dude.
Go for it.
It wasn't a bad. It was a jokey joke.
It wasn't a good joke. It wasn't a good joke. Was it a good joke? It wasn't a good joke. He don't even get the reference. He don't know that other things that happened in the 90s.
G.I. Joe had a little young thing. G.I. Jane had another little thing in her movie, right?
Oh, you know the movie?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Excuse me. Now, I think a better joke would have been like, "Oh, congratulations on Black Panther 2, Jada." Wakanda forever. That would have been a better joke. The G.I. Jane thing, I'm like, nigga, what are you, 50? Oh, that's right, you are 50. But yeah, you know, there's a lot of dynamics happening there. You know, Will Smith defending his wife, yeah, but Will Smith defended himself. Nah, man, he got to figure that out. Something's going on, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. If Will Smith is deciding to get gangster in his 50s, he probably should have been gangster 20 years ago. Yeah. He should have been gangster when August was smashing his wife back then. It should have been. It's so many points before this happened.
That's why it looks ingenuine, you know?
It's so many points. It's so many points, bro. It's so many points. And you laughed. You laughed. Yeah. You laughed, bro. Your cards are played, bro. We saw you. We saw you, bro. You gave it up. You gave it up, dog. You gave up. The jig is up, bro. So you confront your wife, figure it out, handle that behind the scenes, threaten Chris Rock on the low. Do that. You know what I'm saying? That's gangster. You know what I'm saying? Say, hey, bro, we gonna cut this out. But you know, that wasn't player to me. I think that was very emotional. And I believe we haven't seen the end of it. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. You know, the most disappointing part to me was looking at Denzel being the elder, and he was disgusted, man. Oh, he was like, these niggas right here.
His face. Like, yeah. Can't believe this. Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's another thing too. Why we gotta act right in front of white people? Like, if we don't play that game, but if we play that game, we shouldn't even be there.
I don't think it's for them. It's just for the example of ourselves. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm. Yeah.
Bro, you know, we shouldn't even be there. If we playing that game, we shouldn't even be there, bro. Well, where are our Oscars at?
But
we need a Source Awards Oscars where we can just let people fight for the best picture award. like
best picture.
Best picture. Denzel versus what's his name? Last King of Scotland. And you're like, yo, whoever wins. Like, oh, don't poke his eye out, bro. Come on. It's not fair.
This dude.
Oh boy.
Nah, so Emmitt, I'm gonna hit you with the last one, man. This has been a good one, dude. I really appreciate you just keeping it 1,000 with me. Where do you see social interaction going in the next 2 years?
Social interaction. Damn. I'm not sure. Everything is speeding up right now. Like, and it's at a really fast space. I don't know if it's gonna slow down at this point or if it's gonna like overload. Because I mean, it's at a boiling point. You know what I mean? It's at a boiling point where like we either going like, I don't know, do some of our own methods of like what I want to say, like discipline with it, like our own methods of discipline with it, or it's gonna take us wherever it wants to take us.
Yeah, because I'll say it's like we not dealing so much with the C word right now, but we definitely dealing with that G word. Letter A and letter S, you know what I'm saying? With them prices, it's like we went from one thing that was just crazier than anything we thought we could have seen to something else. It's kind of like it's not hitting everybody right now, but I give it a couple more weeks and then it's gonna kind of be like, okay, you know what I'm saying?
People gonna see that it's already at a point. I don't want to say no return, but it's already at a far point. And people see that soon. It'll catch up to a momentum. That's how momentum is. It catch up.
Cool. So you want to give your socials and anything you got coming up, music wise, performance wise, whatever.
Yeah, my socials is King Emmitt, KI_KING, _EMMITT. My Twitter, that's my Instagram, all that. Camper 10 music video coming in April. Just, hold on, we pushing. Shout out my guy Hovain, shout out Najee. And we trying to do some things y'all never seen before. So stay cool. Hold on tight.
Real quick, who produced the jam, man?
Verb, my guy Verb Bout That. That's his name, Verb Bout That. He produced more stuff for me too. I got a song called Faith. He produced that. He produced a couple of things. So in-house, not in-house, but we work together, chemistry.
Yeah. Tight. Well, nah, man, I appreciate it. Jeremy, you got anything coming up this week?
Okay, that's a great question. Okay, tomorrow I'm at the Comedy Store. Tomorrow is Wednesday, 30th, yeah. Then 30. Okay, I can do this. April 1st, I'm at the Hollywood Improv at 9:00. Let's see. Sunday, I know I'm at the Laugh Factory doing chocolate sundaes. I know I'm missing a day. Oh, April 20th, I'm at Ha Ha Comedy Club. Yeah, I think that's it. Also, shout out to the chat. You guys are amazing. You guys, I'm sorry if I didn't get to you guys, man. You guys are, if I missed a couple of questions, but thank you for contributing. You guys are the lifeblood of the podcast. I just want to give a shout out. Anything y'all want me to shout out, just let me know. If y'all got businesses or anything, just go ahead and drop it out, throw it out there. But that's it for me.
Tight. And your special, Jeremy?
My special. It's called Sociopath. If you go on iTunes, that's the best way. If you want to support me, go ahead and buy it. It's $20. Yes, it's $20. You're gonna buy that stupid ass The Batman ticket, you can buy my album. The Bat. I got 20 iterations of Batman. What more do you need to know about Batman? I'll tell you everything you need to know about Batman, but there's only one of me by Sociopath. Yeah, I got some more stuff coming too, but yeah, thank you.
Oh, and then real quick, I'm gonna double back to Emmitt. Give him your SoundCloud.
Yeah.
SoundCloud is Emmitt Dupree, EMMITT Dupree, DUPREE, and that's where you're gonna find me on all platforms as far as streaming is concerned.
Cool. Well, nah, man, I want to thank y'all. This has been another episode of Splendid Radio on Pharcyde TV.